Due to the relatively low cost of digitizing this collection, no additional funding will be sought at this time. Instead, it is proposed that labor partially and temporarily be shifted from the processing of the Werner von Bolstern postcard collection to the SJRC. It is estimated that work-study students spend approximately 36 hours a week filing and organizing postcards, using 16 of these hours per week for 1.5 months will have a minimal impact on the postcard collection. One incentive to shifting labor and therefore funding to the SJRC is that the digitization of the SJRC can be completed in a reasonable amount of time. The Werner von Bolstern postcard collection will not be completed for many years to come. As you can see from this image, this is about half of the collection. I'm not talking about digitizing this collection, the postcard collection. I'm just simply talking about the filing of these cards, the finding where they go, labeling things, and so forth. It's very tedious. Outreach for the SGRC will be made within and outside of the LMU community. It will begin with LMU's History and Jewish Studies departments, who will be informed about the project's undertaking prior to its completion, with the intention of allowing students to participate in the metadata research process. This participation is expected to continue after the collection's launch. Outreach to the Jewish Studies programs will benefit the library with more than research assistance. It will also help link the library to multiple Jewish organizations in the Los Angeles area, such as the 1939 Club, which is a Holocaust survivors group, and one that the department in particular has I think a pretty close relationship with. Research will be conducted to locate other Jewish study programs throughout the United States, Europe, Israel, and China. These institutions will be notified of the collection's launch. Other institutions that will be informed of this collection include numerous museums and Jewish organizations around the world, and I've just listed a handful of them there. Is the Australian one in there? I don't know if the Australian one... Yes, the Australian one's in there. One thing to note is that good places to look for these are... I'm trying to think, it's the U.S., it's Australia, and I think Canada are some of the main places that people... There really aren't Jewish Shanghai refugee ancestors or family members living in Shanghai. They left pretty quickly after 1949 or so, or maybe before. So these are good places to look for museums besides Shanghai or Israel. The launch of the collection will be treated similarly to Hannon Library's physical gallery exhibits. A well-designed LMU-branded electronic and possibly physical invite will be created to announce the opening of the new digital exhibit. I believe that treating this exhibit, or treating this digital collection similarly to physical collections, will demonstrate the level to which LMU values all of its collections and will encourage its users to do the same. This particular image I have up here is just a quick thing I threw together that looks very similar to the kind of thing we would send out for one of our gallery exhibits that takes place in archives and special collections. And while this is something that LMU has not done in the past, it is something that this collection and I believe other collections could benefit from in the future. Finally, outreach will include making the SJRC known through the LMU website. We have blogs and ways of pointing people to it, and uploading the collection's finding aids and digital collection link to the online archive of California, where many of our collections are posted. Finally, the digitization and incorporation of the Werner von Bolstern Shanghai Jewish Refugee Collection into Loyola Marymount University's digital library program means access to a collection that is, at this point, nearly inaccessible. Equally so, this collection's digitization means the preservation of a collection of great historical and cultural worth. The fiscal cost of its digitization is a small sum and can be met with the library's current budget. With time, not only will this collection maintain its value, but also likely gain value as interest in the lives of Jewish refugees in Shanghai increase. By reaching out to various Jewish groups, seeking the interest of and collaboration with other academic institutions, and inviting the public to participate in the metadata gathering process, the SJRC will be an actively used and thriving collection for years to come. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you have a great holiday.